It's that time of year where players report to teams, media force some things, and fans get hoarse and scream all over the rankings of these football players going into the draft, you know, where we try to find common ground, but no matter how much research and conversation discourse we actually have, we never do find that common ground. We never agree. Right, so I'm ready for y'all to call me wrong. I'm ready for y'all to disagree with me. Who cares? The good people ask for the player rankings. Voch, who you like more than this guy? And that's what we're gonna do, man. I'm gonna bring it to you, and I'll open the comment section and the chat box if I end up premiering this thing. I'm just gonna open it up for y'all to, you know, say what you got to say, and we'll cross that road whenever we get there. A couple players that I enjoyed watching. This is defensive tackles, by the way. If you couldn't tell by the title, of course. So this is 3 techs, 1 techs, and 3-4 defensive ends, right? So just some guys that didn't necessarily make the list, but I really enjoy watching. Isaiah Buggs, really liked him, Senior Bowl guy. Also, Kalen Saunders, Dalen Mack, some 1 techs in there that I liked. I typically value 3 techs more valuable than 1 techs or whatnot. We'll cross that road when we get there on this list. Also, I got Tristan Hill from UCF. Not a lot of people talking about him. He's not on a lot of people's 7th-round mock drafts, but he should. Y'all go watch that film. Anyway, let's jump right into it, man. Let's talk about my top 10 at defensive tackle. Let's go ahead and run this first one. We got Draymond Jones from Ohio State. And let me just say this, you know, no matter where these players are ranked, it doesn't mean they can't play. It doesn't mean I don't like them. It's just we only got 10 spots. So y'all sensitive asses just kind of, you know, because I know some Ohio State fans are going to jump in the chat. But Draymond Jones, I watched him play every game of the year. I'm an Ohio State fan. I get it, fam. We know. But compared to the other 9 guys on my list, he's 10th, and that's fine. I think he is a 3 tech. I think he's only going to be there. I don't really see a lot of 1 tech in his future. That's fine. More of a, I wouldn't call him a smaller guy because he's not small, but compared to a lot of these other guys, I mean, he is a bit leaner than the rest, but he is athletic. You know, when he's down in the trenches, he's a slasher of sorts, right? He's a chaos player. He likes to use his, you know, speed, swim moves, and all that type of stuff to disengage from guys, and I like it. I like the fact that he does disengage from people. I like his athleticism. I like his movement. However, you know what I'm saying, he does kind of get pushed around a little bit. He does look small from time to time. Some of these guards get, they get hands on him, and in the run game, he'll get pushed around. I think on the next level, he'll be a pretty damn good pass rusher from the 3 tech spot, you know, and in a couple years, he'll be an all-around player or whatnot. I like Draymond Jones, but he's 10th. Moving on, Gerald Willis. Man, nasty ass smash hand, nasty ass swim move over the top, man. You can go watch my Gerald Willis film session to see how I, how I feel about him. Really do appreciate him. The only person that was able to block him all year is Chris Lindstrom, my son, Chris Lindstrom from Boston College. But everybody else, he just kind of put hands on him. Another chaos player, you know, not very much control, and that's fine. That's fine. But what I like about him is that he does find the football, and I think I did name him a controlled chaos player. I think I did name him that. I think he's a controlled chaos player. He tears shit up, but he keeps his eyes up, finds the football, and he basically knows where he's going. He's also another guy that fights inside as a slasher, right? But man, that swim move, bro, nasty with the smash hand, quick over the top. Probably the best swim in the business, right? He'll give you value day one as a 3 tech pass rush right now. Will he start in the league? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, but I definitely think he's one of those guys to where, he can give you value today, sure, some value today, but he'll develop into a guy that'll be nasty in a couple years, man. Really am a huge fan of Gerald Willis. I think he was nursing an injury, couldn't really get to the Senior Bowl, so that was a bummer. I think he would have showed up to those one-on-one drills, took a lot of lunch money, and would have made some money for himself, but it is what it is. He's ninth. Dexter Lawrence, a lot of guys are fans of him, as they should be. Shouts out to the Clemson fans that think he should be a little higher. I understand, I get it. But ridiculous A-gap player. Ridiculous. I think he's the only player I got on my list. Let me see. The only player on my list that's pure one tech, right? That's one tech and nothing else. You know what I mean? That's not a knock on him, but he's a big, heavy trash can full of dirt guy. But he can move. That's the part that we gotta talk about here. He's gonna be a big 330 or so, but he's quick in that inside, right? Closing burst. I'm not gonna necessarily say closing burst, but off the line of scrimmage, quick, nasty, strong at the point of attack. Powerful. Good luck trying to move him. You're not going to block him with just one guy. Demanded double teams, and he whooped ass on some of them. Where he kind of lacks is I don't think on the next level he'll be pass rushing very much. Now, first and second down, nasty, top tier. Other team, good luck to you. But at third downs, I think, especially in the new age NFL, third downs, I think they're going to take them off the field and let somebody else pass rush. They're going to let one of these three techs like Gerald Willis line up in A gap and just pass rush from the A gap. So he kind of takes a hit there, in terms of versatility, right? He's not going to play much three. He's not going to pass rush for you very much. But on first down, second down, hey man, run stuffer. Oh man, good as it gets. Jerry Tillery. Man, conflicted thoughts about Gerald Tillery, man. Obviously a very talented player. Good length, strong, point of attack player, 3 tech in my opinion. Notre Dame kind of had him on the inside a little bit. Put him at 3 and quit playing. I ain't trying to line this dude up in nose, right? Good length, good power, good punch. But man, some that really kind of gave me a little cause for concern was we don't get a chance to interview these guys, YouTube film dudes or whatever. I'm not a scout, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want y'all to mistake me for an expert or nothing like that. But these YouTube film dudes, we don't really get a chance to interview them or talk to them behind closed doors. And there were rumblings that he may be I don't love football guy, right? And Voch really don't like I don't love football guys, he had the opportunity to go play in the Senior Bowl. And to be fair, a lot of guys had opportunity to play in the Senior Bowl, and they didn't. But for various reasons, some guys didn't because, hey, man, if you're a top pick or whatever, like if you're a clear first-round guy, maybe you ain't got to go to the Senior Bowl. You don't want to risk injury or whatever. Or if you're injured already, then maybe you're not going to go to the Senior Bowl. But I think Jerry Tillery had a lot to prove. Especially, with this class of guys right here, these 3 guys behind him and these 6 that's going to be in front of him, man, you kind of need a little bit of leverage in this draft here, sir. I think with a nasty Senior Bowl, you would put yourself over the top. Over some of these other guys, not necessarily the top, because dude, the top is ridiculous. But you would put yourself over some of these guys if you had a pretty good Senior Bowl showing. And all the guys on the inside, they asked, "Hey man, why you ain't go to the Senior Bowl? You good?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm healthy." He was like, "You had a birthday party to go to?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't had nothing to do. I was at the crib chilling." He just ain't want to go to the Senior Bowl, right? And that's clear. I may not love football guy. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say how talented he is or is not, because I think he's talented. But you can be talented, but if you don't love football, you're not going to work at it. You know what I mean? All these guys need work. Everybody on this list need work somewhere. And if you don't love football, you're probably just going to go to practice that are required, and you're just going to go home and just live off town alone. We need you to continue to get better. And I think that's where I love football guy kind of falls off a little bit. But Jerry Tillery is good enough to be damn number 7 and still potentially not love football. You know what I'm saying? So interesting. We'll have to have that conversation. We'll have to look at him and see what he does in Senior Bowl. Combine. We'll listen for the interview, see what those guys talked about there, man. But boy, Jerry Tillery could have made a lot of money if he would have gone to the Senior Bowl. My opinion, whatever. He's 7. It's your boy Ed Oliver. I feel like I got to preface this every time because there's some Ed Oliver fans around here somewhere. Ed Oliver ain't trash, and I'm not saying Ed Oliver will be a bad football player in the league. I'm not saying that Ed Oliver will be a better player than Gerald Willis, but simply just me evaluating. We got a lot of questions about Ed Oliver, but what he does well, he's damn fantastic at it. I think he's going to be a 3 tech. I don't want to hear this nonsense about him playing linebacker. He don't have skills for that. He ain't necessarily got that skill set to go play linebacker. And Houston played him at nose. He ain't that neither. But the big dilemma with Ed Oliver, man, like he may be 270 or so, and the deal is, if you put weight on him, will it take away what he does best, which is his explosion and athleticism? You don't want to take that away from the guy. If you do, he's not going to be Ed Oliver. He'll be somebody else. And I think the only thing that puts him in this top 10 conversation is his explosiveness, his ball get off, his first step, things like that. If you force him to play defensive tackle, a lot of his flaws will start to show up. Is he good with his hands? Does he disengage well? If he beats you off the snap, cool, you're done. You're dead as fried chicken. However, is he can he have enough control to punch, extend, and find the ball carrier? Nah, he just kind of been whooping everybody's ass upfield for the past couple years, right? And will that translate to the league? It depends. And that's where he fits here, right? If you wanted to tell me, well, I'm looking for a defensive tackle that's only going to play B-gap, that's only going to pass rush, that's only going to get upfield, no responsibilities, then damn, Ed Oliver is probably going to be ranked a little higher than this, but we know defensive tackle is a lot more than that. Can you play the run? Will you be able to punch, extend, find the football, whatever? If somebody blocks you, will you be able to disengage? Those are the conversations that we got to have, and that's why Ed Oliver is kind of 6 on my board here. Now, I think in some situations Ed Oliver can be fantastic and possibly the most productive rookie on this list. There's a scenario that exists. Listen to what I'm saying. There's a scenario that exists to where Ed Oliver can be the most productive, right? If you only bring in Ed Oliver on passing downs and just let him run, he can have more sacks than these guys. Sure. But he has to play D tackle. And that's the thing. That's the thing about him. And I think just, he's not bad, but just the players that I have over him, they just play D tackle better than him. That's my thoughts. YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that's subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. You take the look at the next guy, Rennell Wren. Boy, this dude know how to play D tackle. This dude know how to play D tackle, and he may not be as famous as a Jones or a Lawrence or an Oliver. He's definitely not as famous as Ed Oliver, but Rennell Wren can play some damn D tackle, and I was really conflicted here, right? Let me just say 5 and on, I really had a hard time with. Really had a hard time with 5 and up. 6 to 10 was pretty easy for me. But man, Rennell Wren comes off the football, punches people in their damn mouth, maintains the line of scrimmage, very strong football player, controlled. He punches these young men in the chest and he tells them stop moving. And they stop. I might do a film session on him. He punched people in the chest. He tell them stop moving, and they stop moving. And he moves these children. He goes to find the ball carrier, and he gets there. Plus, he's about 310 pounds, and he's probably going to run like a 4.9, 4.8 in the 40, 4.7 possibly in the 4. I think he's gonna run like a 4.7. Just me kind of guessing or whatever. Explosive, quick off the line of scrimmage. Boy, oh boy. You get a lot of versatility from Rennell Wren because he plays defensive tackle. He knows a lot of defensive tackle. If you were in a 3-4 and you put Ed Oliver at the defensive end spot and say, hey, Ed Oliver, I want you to punch this dude in the chest and I want you to play B and C gap. That ain't Ed Oliver's game. Ed Oliver is go forward, cause destruction. Rennell Wren, can you play B and C gap? Absolutely, sir. I will punch this dude in the chest. Neither one of us will move. I will read and I will go find your football, sir. That's all I can ask for in a damn defensive tackle. Plus, he can get nasty upfield and beat gap. I'm a huge fan of Rennell Wren. I think he's going to stand out in the combine if he goes to the combine. I ain't really got a combine list, whatever. But he's going to be a standout if he goes. And he's going to quietly, climb up rankings or whatever. He's going to quietly rise up people's boards. He's 100% a top 50 guy in my opinion. Very much so impressed with Rennell Wren. Boy, was it hard to have him versus Christian Wilkins conversation. It was it was difficult. Rennell's a 3-tech, by the way, and Christian is also a 3-tech. I know Christian played a lot of defensive end last year, but I think he's going to be a 3-tech. Both of these gentlemen can play 3-4 defensive end, but I think they both fit 3-tech best to where they can get upfield, tear some stuff up, punch, extend, whatever. The only thing that gave Christian Wilkins the edge over Wren was competition. This was so damn close between Wren and Christian Wilkins that, look, man, Christian played Alabama a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Christian, like, against some of the best offensive line prospects, Christian Wilkins has played against them, and he's whooped ass day in and day out. I don't have a problem with the guys that Christian Wilkins has gone against. Rennell Wren, not saying he went up against scrubs, because I can see through that. I know enough D-line to where I can see through somebody whooping a scrub, because Ed Oliver has whooped plenty of scrubs. But it's how you do it. Ed Oliver will run past a scrub, right? And it'll look fantastic. Rennell Wren will punch a scrub in the chest, move him, find the football, chase him, and make a tackle. You see what I'm saying? You can actually tell. And Christian Wilkins did that against greater competition. And you can, man. Very similar players. I think Christian Wilkins may have the edge in explosion and movement. Everybody up here in this top gonna be good explosive movement guys. Let's just get that out the way, man. But boy, oh boy, Christian Wilkins is a fantastic player. Can use his hands, but also he can be better at using his hands. I think that's another thing that kind of separates these guys or whatever. It gets real tricky 5-1. I promise you. And I'm kind of going to talk about 5-1 as a whole, at least 2-5. I'm going to talk about 2-5 as a whole. Let's go ahead and reveal this guy too, man. Boy, Jeffrey Simmons, 3-tech, and I'm also evaluating Rashawn Gary as a 3-tech. So Jeffrey Simmons, control chaos player. I just think Jeffrey causes more chaos than Wren and Christian. You see what I mean? But he's a lot more controlled. He can transition between those two styles of play. Whether it be he can be like a slasher like Willis, punch extend guy like Wren. Pure chaos guy like Christian Wilkins, because if you watch film on Christian Wilkins, what they asked him to do in Clemson is just get upfield and just tear shit up. Man, Jeffrey Simmons can do all of that, but at a certain level. You know what I mean? You look at Ed Oliver, man, he's about 270 with explosion or whatever. This man is explosive at 308. You know what I mean? Explosive at 295. It's going to be a difference. Plus, he can use his hands. And these guys up here, they use their hands. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that puts Oliver over Tillery is his explosion. I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but damn it, y'all gonna have to deal with me. You're gonna have to deal with it. But, and he's not 3 because of the injury or the off the field incident. I ain't factoring that. I'm only factoring the film here. And he would be number 2 if you put Rashawn Gary at edge. I just consider Rashawn Gary a 3-tech. Just my personal opinion. But man, Christian, not Christian, Jeffrey Simmons. He's another guy that's played top tier competition. Can do everything you want him to do. Very versatile. Can play defensive end for you, 3-4 and 4-3. I just think he's better at 3 tech. I mean, he could play tight end if you ask him to, but it's about where he fits best. And let's just talk about Rashawn Gary for a minute, bro. I do have him at 3 tech, and I know a lot of people saying, hey, man, I'm not going to put Rashawn Gary, and I'm not going to make him play something that he never played in college. Well, that's false. He's played a lot of 3 tech in college. There's a lot of film out of him playing 3 tech in college. Plus, on that same token, then don't ask Jonah Williams to play guard. Don't ask, Cody Ford to move inside, right? It's all about projection. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to project for these players? And sure, Gary's played more end than he's played 3 tech, but it's all about what he's going to be on the next level. Hell, Houston put damn Oliver at 0 and just tell him to rush over the center, but he's not going to be a 0 on the next level. So I want y'all to use your brain before y'all start making, making points in the argument or whatever. But Rashawn Gary, if you were to put him at defensive end, I can't hate you. I think he can play weak and strong side defensive end, right? But think about some of his flaws there. I don't want Rashawn Gary thinking too much. I don't want Rashawn Gary, he doesn't disengage very well. He got a solid little punch, but once he's blocked, he's pretty much blocked. A nasty first step upfield. Very explosive. Ridiculous first step upfield, right? But if he was a hair faster, then he would be an elite level defensive end, in my opinion. If his first step was a smidgen quicker, he'll be amongst those, elite edge ball get off guys, right? This is my argument. He's going to be like 285. He's going to be like 290 or so. Still moving like that. If Ed adds on 20 pounds and goes to 290, he'll slow down. Sean Gary going to be 290, moving just as faster, just as fast as he normally is, right? So what I would do with Gary is I would limit all that thinking. I would limit all that responsibility, all that, confusion. Hey, go play contain, all this stuff that defensive. Hey, Rashawn, go drop in a zone or something. I don't want to put that much on Rashawn's plate, especially year one. But if you put Rashawn Gary in B gap and just tell his ass to go forward, oh my God, Becky, man, as a pass rusher alone, he even has value as a run defender. He can punch and find the football. My only thing is, can he disengage or whatever, right? And if you're gonna if you have problems disengaging, I don't want you responsible for C gap to sideline if you have a problem disengaging. But if you got a problem disengaging from guard's foot to tackle's foot, if you can't disengage, you still in that damn gap and you good. You still got gap integrity there, right? Put Rashawn Gary ass at B gap and let him fly. He's not small, but he's faster than everybody else you got playing B gap. I think the league is transitioning to pass rushes coming from the interior, because you can game plan like a dominant edge player out of your game. There's nothing you can do. That's why Ed Oliver got 20 damn sacks. People talking about Ed Oliver being the next what I just say? My man from the Rams. I'm saying a lot of names. My bad. Aaron Donald. Pardon me. Aaron Donald. Thank you. That's the name I was saying. My bad. I'm on a tangent. I said a lot of names here. Right. People want to talk about Ed Oliver being the next Aaron Donald because he got 20 sacks in the league or whatever. Fam, this is your next Aaron Donald because he has size, strength, and he can burst upfield. You're going to lose a little size with Oliver. You know what I mean? Look how swole this dude is. Look how swole Rashawn Gary is. Let that dude get you 20 sacks on this next wave of National Football League innovation. You know what I mean? All these dudes are heavy as hell and going to be quick as shit. This dude's quick as shit, but he going to be about 270 or so. So combine wins is going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot to him. Moving on. Pardon me, had a little mic issue. Moving on. Hey, man, this my number one cat. Numero uno. Quinton Williams, bro. Everything that I named about those other guys, Quinton Williams does it, but he does it better. Caveat. He ain't as explosive as Gary Oliver Wilkins, but he is explosive in his own right. Okay. However, when it comes to power, punch, control, instincts, chaos, reads, consistency, competition, that's the man right there. That's the man right there, and he do it better than everybody else. He's not going to beat some of these other guys in a foot race. He's just simply not going to do it. But goddamn Carl Lewis. And I know a lot of people want to use the whole Aaron Donald conversation with him. That just lets you know how good Aaron Donald is, right? Aaron Donald can be technically good as Quinton Williams, powerful, strong, or whatever, but he's, as quick and fast as these guys here. You know what I mean? That's how special Aaron Donald is. But people saying, is he, the most talented prospect since Aaron Donald? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't like to make cross draft comparisons or whatever. I really like Jonathan Allen. I don't really want to have that conversation with y'all. But Quinton Williams is the top dog. I think he's the best player in this entire draft, and I've been saying it since September, October. Pull the files and you'll find it. He's my number one defensive tackle, numero uno. With that being said, I would ask y'all for recommendations on what top 10 you want to see next, but in real life, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm kind of going to do this at my own pace. It's going to be out of order. And as I watch film on guys and feel comfortable coming to you about the top 10, then I'll spring it on you. I'm not going to be like the draft Illuminati that's going to come up with a list because my editor or my program director says, hey, Voch, you need a top 10 out of you today. I'm not going to come on here and just say some shit for the hell of getting the information out, especially if I don't know what I'm talking about. Give me time and I'll come out with some information that I honestly feel good about. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, this has been a long run. I ain't editing nothing. Even if I call Aaron Donald Ed Oliver 12 times, I don't care about nothing. This is what it's going to be. The next one, I'll probably do offensive lineman or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I got a lot of film coming up, so stay tuned for that. And I'm going to drop these rankings as I feel comfortable putting them out. All right. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I drop random ass videos in the middle of the week just like this. And don't forget about the Patreon, man. Hold down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Weesky. Support my merch. Salute.